turned 50 years old, my mom passed away, and then my AARP card arrived in the mail, and it got me thinking about, is this it for life? Can I extend my life? Because there's a lot of things I want to do, and I've always tried to live a healthy life, but that might not be good enough. And I was trying to think of maybe there's ways to live much longer and maybe have a whole other chapter in my life. So that brought me to making this movie and kind of traveling all over the world, interviewing experts and centenarians about, how I might live, if not forever, at least much longer. It was challenging to put all these different perspectives together. I initially started out making a movie thinking that I would just talk to scientists and figure out, well, maybe if I ate, 20 more blueberries a day, that would extend my life, or just different procedures to live a longer life. But as I explored the subject, I found that actually what might be equally as important is how I thought about things. Did I see the glasses half empty or half full? How did I see myself getting older? These are, they've been finding that how your belief system, how you think about the world, affects your physiology just as much as, the air we breathe or the kind of foods we eat. So I kind of came to it, that's kind of why I wanted to incorporate all these different perspectives in the movie about aging and getting older, and do it in a funny and entertaining way. I mean, aging is a difficult subject for some people, and I think the movie makes people feel good about getting older and more comfortable with that, which is, after I've shown it to a lot of audiences, they laugh and they have a good time, and they say they feel inspired after seeing it. So that's very gratifying for me to hear that. I think, I talked to a lot of centenarians and people who lived a long time, and even though they have very different lifestyles, they all seem to have sort of a passion and a mission in life, and a reason. In Japan they call this ikigai, reason to get up in the morning. And I think both those men had very different paths, but both lived the life that they wanted to live. And I think that is really a takeaway from the movie, that you really need to live your life, the way you want to live it, and choose a path consciously and go down that path. So I think that's the lesson learned from both of those. I'm not sure which. Jacqueline has always been sort of a role model for me, but Buster was a role model in his own way to me too. So very very different ways of approaching life, but some similarities. I think it's very strange. I mean, here we have the greatest medical technology of probably any country, but we don't necessarily live longer. I think a lot of that has to do again with stress, and also we eat a lot of processed food. I mean, in Japan, Okinawa, where people been living, some of the oldest people in the world live there. I think this is really, you're seeing the last generation of people living that long in Okinawa, because the younger people are eating McDonald's and other fast foods that we Americans are exporting to all over the world. Coca-Cola, all these things that are really killing people. So I think obviously we know about the very extremely high obesity rates in America, and people really don't very sedentary. So I think these are all contributing, even though we have this unbelievable technology, contributing to not such a long lifespan.